All right, and this is lesson 14 we're going over. Let's see. Did you, other than the totals that we were talking about before, did you have any questions in particular for this section?
Hold on a sec. Let me check really quick. I think I'm okay.
All right. And I'll just start going over it then. Okay. So what are the null and alternative hypotheses for an ANOVA? So it's the null is that all of the means are equal, and then the alternative is that one or more of the means are different from each other.
Yes.
Okay. And the requirements.
So basically, just to verify that, like, I understand it correctly, like ANOVA is, so for example, we have like the independent test samples, but that's just between like two means, and then ANOVA is like three or more, right?
Yeah, because like we have paired sample test, we have two sample tests, we have one sample test. So ANOVA is just for multiple, more than two. So three or more.
Yeah.
We can compare. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then what are the requirements? And what is the rule for examining variance? So the rule of large variance is that it's not equal to 4 times the smallest variance.
Yeah.
And if that's true, then we conclude that they're equal. The variances are equal.
4 times.
Yeah. We already went over 3. What's the difference between the ANOVA test and the others? More than 2 means. So.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. And then for part 2, we're going over the, what is it again? Death ages of women.
Yeah.
And they're all writers, right? That's what it was. They're just different types of writers.
Yeah, novelists, poets, nonfiction writers.
Okay. So then, research question B, is the mean age different from the different types of writers? And then again, the null hypothesis that all their means are equal, and then the alternative is that one or more are going to be different from each other.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then, what did you get for collecting the data?
Honestly, I didn't really know what to say there. So just the answer key. I guess makes sense. I guess just talking, when you talk about collecting the data, you just want to go over like how they got it, and so the answer key says we don't know. So I guess in the math problems, if it doesn't really provide how they got the data, then you could probably just say that. Then we don't know exactly how the data was collected.
Okay.
They just looked at the ages of death for female writers in North America.
Okay. We were just going over the statistics. So for group 1, I got the sample size to be 67. The mean is 71.45, and the standard deviation is 13.052.
Yep.
And then for group 2, I got the population size of 32. The mean 63.19, and the standard deviation 17.297.
Yep, that's right.
And then for group 3, I got 24, 76.88, and 14.097.
I got those two. I just don't know how to get the totals for the mean and the standard deviation.
Standard deviation. Yeah. And then do cat and whisker box plots with the information, which we went over a while ago, so we'll go over that now. So what type of hypothesis test is appropriate? I said ANOVA test because there's multiple means.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's basically what we're on anyways, right?
Exactly. And then are the requirements met for this test? And so for that, we have to do a QQ plot of each set of data to see if it's normally distributed.
Mm.
And I found that they were when I did my QQ plots. Nothing was off too much.
Mm.
And then for my test statistic, I got the F statistic to be 6.563.
Yeah.
And then my degrees of freedom, I got 2 and 120.
Okay.
And then I got p-value of 0.002. And since it's less than the level of significance, we would reject the null hypothesis.
Okay.
Basically, we're just stating that again. That basically there's evidence to say that at least one of the mean ages of the death of the writers is different from the mean age of the rest of the other groups of writers.
All right, good. Things checking out on my end. All right. Cool.
Yep. And then basically they found that poets died earlier than novelists and nonfiction writers. I don't know what kind of action you would take from that, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of an observation than anything.
The action you'd take is you warn all the poets that they should probably change their career fields.
So they don't all die.
Yeah. Oh, question. I just remembered. The variance. That was the one thing I couldn't find because I didn't see it on the chart.
Let me look at it.
It was like that they were all 299. Because it's on variable too, but
Let me do something really fast.
Okay. So it's just that you take the. Is it that you take the biggest variable and compare? Oh, compared to the smallest variable. Okay, yeah. That makes sense now. I see what they're saying with that now.
Okay.
Because the biggest variable was variance was for variable 2, which is 299.190, and then the smallest would come from variable 1, which is 170.342. But since that's not 4 times larger than 170.342, then that means that they're all equal.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I got it now.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.